Welcome back, everyone, to our Advent Calendar Drarry story of this year, which is called A Husband for Christmas and is by Jolly Love. Day 3. Do you hear what I hear? When Harry opened the door to the ice cream parlor, there weren't many people sitting inside. It wasn't much warmer than it was on the outside, but the Christmassy music made everything worth it. Placing the sled by the door, Harry walked up to the counter and rang the bell twice. The person walking in from the back widened his eyes and grinned broadly.
"Oh, I cannot believe it, Harry."
Laughing, Harry hugged Ron, who stormed out behind the counter and introduced him to Scorpius.
"This is Scorpius Malfoy. I'm taking care of him for today."
He then turned to the little blonde-haired boy.
"And this is Ronald Weasley, my best friend since childhood."
"You fought in the war,"
Scorpius said with wide eyes.
"Father told me all about it. You were awesome."
"Thank you, young man."
Ron grinned.
"For this compliment, you'll get anything you wish for free."
Harry smirked.
"How can you make business if you give every customer free ice cream, Ron?"
His best friend shrugged.
"Enough people are interested in giving tips. Take a seat."
He motioned to the tables.
"I'll be with you in a sec."
Scorpius chose a seat by the window and grinned as he looked outside. He seemed so happy, and when he wasn't showing off the little arrogance he had, he was a completely different boy. He was innocent, which children should be, in Harry's opinion. Being Draco Malfoy's child must have had a toll on him. People probably just assumed that he was an evil child, and as such he must have felt terrible. That was why he liked Slytherin children. He wanted to show them that the world wasn't as tough and hard as they thought it was. It could be fun as well. Ron walked up and smiled at them.
"Now then, what's your name again, little one?"
"Scorpius, and I'm tall for my age."
Scorpius said, grinning.
"Father says I'm probably going to be the tallest in my class."
Chuckling, Ron shrugged his shoulders.
"I wouldn't say so. My Rose is also rather tall. She's going to Hogwarts next year. How about you?"
That was apparently the thing that got Scorpius the most excited, since his eyes lit up like a Christmas tree.
"I'm going in the summer. I cannot wait to see what it looks like."
"Like any other castle you've seen before?"
Harry smirked.
"I doubt it's much bigger than Malfoy Manor, right, Ron?"
Ron snorted.
"It's by 4 smaller than Malfoy Manor."
Scorpius glared at Harry.
"I know you're messing with me."
Harry grinned.
"You know me for 1 day. How could you possibly know when I'm messing with you?"
The Malfoy heir threw a look at Ron, possibly for him to help out, but the Gryffindor only chuckled.
"Anything I can bring the two of you? Coffee, ice cream, the Christmas spirit?" "Christmas spirit, please."
Harry winked at Ron, who laughed and rolled his eyes. He then turned to Scorpius.
"What can I get you, young man? I have got everything."
"Everything?"
"Everything."
Ron confirmed and winked at Harry. Once again, Harry saw a mischievous glint in Scorpius' eyes. Before he could say something ridiculous, which he then was probably not going to eat, he leaned forward and said quietly,
"Get an ice cream brownie. It's the best thing ever."
Turning back to Ron, Scorpius grinned.
"What's an ice cream brownie?"
"Well,"
Ron chuckled.
"You take a brownie, you fill it with whatever ice cream you want, and you then douse it with caramel fudge sauce."
Harry could see the child's eyes getting wide, and he nodded, thrilled on trying something like that.
"Can I get one of those with stracciatella ice cream?"
Ron nodded and walked off. Scorpius grinned and looked at Harry carefully. After a few seconds, Harry smiled and wordlessly raised his eyebrows. Did he have a question, or was he just trying to annoy him again?
"So you're not looking after me just so you can get closer to Father?"
Shaking his head, Harry thought of what this poor child had to go through to have such trust issues.
"I'm just here for you. Your father doesn't have much time on his hands right now, so I'm here for a little help."
Scorpius nodded and looked at the table.
"He never really has time for me anyways."
Harry didn't know what to say. He sounded so sad and hopeless. Malfoy surely made time for his son, right? Maybe it just wasn't enough for Scorpius himself, Harry couldn't really believe that after what he went through with Lucius that Malfoy would be such a father.
I'm sure he tries to have as much time for you as he can. It's Christmas time after all.
Harry smiled. Scorpius looked up and shook his head.
He needs to find someone to marry. Otherwise, we'll be on the streets by the end of the year. He won't have time to have fun with me.
Poor Malfoy. What had he gotten himself into again? Marrying someone by Christmas. That had to be an arranged marriage. Otherwise, he would have a girlfriend already, and they would be looking at how to plan the perfect wedding. Before the situation could get any more somber, Ron appeared with a brownie and another ice cream. Scorpius looked at it interested, though before he could turn to Ron and order such a nice white and red ice cream bar, Harry interrupted.
I don't think your father would appreciate it if I brought you home having tasted your first alcohol, Scorpius. It's red wine with vanilla.
He smirked while Scorpius laughed again.
I want one.
Then you can come here as soon as you're 18 and I'll serve you one,
Ron answered and grinned. To be continued.